Shalom, shalom wa ahaba, mishpaka, shalom wa ahaba. Peace and love, family, peace and love. It's your Agnaraya ben Ayaunde, Neria ben Yahuda ben Yasharel. Whatever your dialect may be, may I say shalom to you all, to the whole house of Yasharel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to wherever we've been driven to the lands of our captivity. I pray the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua finds you all in peace, love, and safety in this time of judgment, chaos, corruption, and deliverance for the people of the Most High Yah. Hallelujah. I want to say shalom to the sojourners and the Gentiles as well. There is no hate over here, only love for the Israelite nation. Hallelujah. Now, Mishpachah, I've been gone for a minute because, YouTube doesn't like the way that I speak when I talk about politics. So, before I get started, I just want to let you all know that when I first started this YouTube thing, I said that YouTube was the only social media that I was going to be involved in, because before that I had none. No Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram, none of that. You understand? But when they gave me my last strike for a video that I made called Rhino Ron DeSantis would divide Republicans in 2024 and America will fall to Satan, meaning fall into the Democratic Party. These people flagged my video and put me on punishment or YouTube jail for a week because I questioned certain things about the year 2020 and certain things about the 2020 election. You know what I'm saying? So rather than getting my stuff wiped off or whatever, I did start a page over there on Rumble at rumble.com. And for anybody who wants to hear when I address certain things going on in the news and in politics, things that I know that I'll get flagged or banned or censored over here in these YouTube streets, because they all sensitive when you tell them how screwed up America is and the leaders of America. You can find that content over there at Naraya 81. No space in between. Just Naraya 81. If you have a YouTube account, I'm putting stuff over there as well, Mishpachah, if you want to hear some political things and history, and I get into stuff that you can't really say over here. Hallelujah. Neria 81, rumble.com. All right, Mishpachah. Now I want to talk about the rulers or the stewards, particularly the Stewart nobility and the Stewart kings and queens of the British Isle, Scotland, and Ireland. They were Hebrew Israelites, Mishpachah. They were Ibri Yasharelim. You understand, Mishpachah? They were Negroes. You know what I mean? And just like the book of Jeremiah or Yirmiyahu tells us that in chapter 16, verse 19, it says, O Yahuwah, my strength and my stronghold and my refuge. In the day of distress, the Gentiles shall come to you from the ends of the earth and say, our fathers have inherited only falsehood, futility, and there is no value in them. This day is coming closer to us, Mishpachah. That's why they doing all kinds of witchcraft and stuff like that. Like with that Anne Boleyn series, where we going to show some pictures and we going to get into that after I read a couple of things out of a book that all of you all should go and pick up. This is called The Negro Rulers of Scotland and the British Isles. See that right there, brothers? You know what I mean? Israelites ruling Scotland, Britain, and Ireland. So right here, I'm going to read a couple of things out of this book, but I implore you to go and read this for anybody that wants to educate themselves on the Israelites that migrated to the British Isles and were the nobility. And you go also a good book to go if you want to know about our people that were over in Spain and Portugal, the Jews and Moors in Spain is another good book that will give you some good history about how the slave trade kicked off with our people in Europe and made its way to Africa and all these things that they're hiding. Remember, I believe it was Napoleon. They said that history is a set of agreed upon lies by those who won the war, or something of that variation. You understand? So history's been whitewashed. That's what the Renaissance was. So let's talk about these stewards. Okay, right here on page 8 of this book, it says the stewards were a dark-skinned Negro, Pictic, Scottish, black people whom the name of Stewart was taken from the Old Norse word swart or swart, meaning black. Like Schwarzenegger in Germany, you know what I'm saying? Swart, Stewart. Stewart means black. That's where you get the Stewart family name from, or the House of Stewart, whom King James was a descendant of. You understand? As well as Mary, Queen of Scots, and all of these things. You know what I mean? Goes back to a Negro Israelite ancestor name of Kenneth the Niger, Kenneth the Nigger. You understand? These are the things they didn't want to conceal from us and make you think you crazy. Let's read something else in the chapter called and then we're gonna look at some pictures that are in this book. But we have a chapter called I believe it's the Negro Israelites. I believe that's what this chapter is called. Yes, we're gonna read something from this chapter right here. Book, the Negro Israelites. All right. When you go over here, this is on page 130. It says, the Moorish Negro Stewarts of Scotland and England, who are the descendants of Kenneth the Nigger, Kenneth the Niger, Kenneth the Nigger, Niger, however you want to pronounce it, claim their lineage to go all the way back to the tribe of Yehuda. Mishpachah. Right there. Right there. That's what I just read to you, what's highlighted. All the way back to the tribe of Judah or Yehuda. And now, before we get out of here, I just want to show you a couple of pictures, Mishpachah. Now, they told you, now when I went to college, Longwood University, to be miseducated, they told me King James was a drunk white homosexual. But it makes sense because he was a black intellectual and one of our most smartest kings. So it makes sense that those who rewrote history will make him out to be that, especially with the Catholic Church hating him. But here is an image of King James VI and the First. See, that is a true image of King James VI and the First. All right, a brother, a Hebrew of the tribe of Yasharelim, you know, a Jacobite, a Jacobite. You understand? Now, this is his mother, Mary, Queen of Scots. See that? Mary, Queen of Scots. See that? Look like my Isha. Huh? Hallelujah. Now, let's go and let's look at, there was a lot of backlash about a miniseries called Anne Boleyn. Because people say, oh, that y'all going woke. Y'all know Anne Boleyn was white. Why y'all cast her as black? See, that was a miniseries. Anne Boleyn, who was the wife of Henry VIII. She got beheaded because he thought she was cheating on him or whatever. She was the beauty of her time. Now, let's see an accurate image of what Anne Boleyn may have looked like in actuality. Let's find it, Mr. Carr. And then we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Anne Boleyn. Right here. Queen Elizabeth I. Married, okay. Anna Cleves. Anne Boleyn. Now look at that. Look at that image. Anne Boleyn. Let's read a little bit about it. Says, Anne Boleyn was the astonishing, beautiful daughter of Lady Elizabeth Howard and Sir Thomas Boleyn. This elegant queen was very dark in color with thick black hair and was the standout beauty of her era. Right there. You see that? So why do you think they got the idea to cast this woman right here for the part to reinforce the lies, to trigger us or trigger the conversation that, well, why they making her black, when the real Anne Boleyn was white, and then make you say, oh, well, I know that the real Anne Boleyn was white. We just trying to be inclusive in the age of diversity. When in all actuality, the real Anne Boleyn was actually a Hebrew Israelite, was actually a so-called black woman by today's terms and definitions. But then they use someone who looked like the real one in order to reinforce the spell that you upon. And they tell me that ain't some witchcraft. Boy, Satan is a tricky one. And with that, Mishpachah, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And always remember to keep the fire burning. A little more oil in my lungs. Hallelujah, Mishpachah. Keep your eyes open. Stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared. And remember that your redemption is near. Don't forget, Mishpachah, you want to hear some political commentary, some stuff that can't talk about over here? You can holler at me on Rumble, Neria Naraya 81. And until we meet again, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Kuma Yasharel, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Raz Yisrael, Shalom, Shalom, Salam, Mishpachah. Hallelujah.